Hello, everyone. And we'll bring that music down. As the music plays, we're still on a bit of a title screen. We're still playing on a Friday Night Live, and we are on our second slot. Another exciting episode of Pathfinder 2nd Edition Age of Ashes. This is the Rise of the Rune Lords for 2nd Edition. Like, from what I hear, all the other APs are good, but the one you gotta play, and it's long, but it's totally worth it, is the one you're listening to and watching right now. Sure, other people have done it, but how many have done a near, not completely all, because you want to go too tropey, but a near complete Dwarven Cousin party and friends come down the mountain, and their entire reason for adventuring is to get capital to open a microbrewery to market, you know, some college student grade dwarves that have like a vision of the future and they're, you know, the plans. Do they have a recipe? Maybe. Do they have other notable cameos playing their other cousins and guys I've brought from other shows that add color and flavor? Sure. Do they have a brand name? No. Do they have a company? No. Do we have a distribution system? Well, we're working on it, because finding an ancient elven portal ring under a Hell Knight's castle, which they now won the deed for and are fixing up. And you know what? That costs money. I'm pretty sure a lot of these Canadians that I'm playing with are actually in the construction and, you know, business. There's only so far you can get with promises and half upfront and that, you know, that kind of thing. So you guys might come back and...
Rose Marble doesn't buy itself, man.
I was talking to Troy Phillips today. He's a player and fellow FedEx courier in another game, and he plays a certain race. Spiegler, don't say anything. He plays a certain race, and I happened to notice that this race was left behind through the portal, and I was like, how would you like to start a union and unionize the workers? You know, your fellow goblins. So they come back to a shitload of problems and surprise as this little goblin witch and his talking cat, Lucy, that only he can hear, you know, returned home like Melba was supposed to, because I kept asking Matt to play Melba, his goblin, right? And unionize the workforce and everything, and, you know, it starts out with a walkout and a whole bunch of stuff. But in the end, Ryan, Muros, having goblin monk acolytes that also double as a unionized workforce. I mean, that, you know, that would in the long run, despite the caveat, you know. Speaking of... well, yeah.
Oh, that's good. I taught them this. Be strong. Be independent. I don't know where the union speech came in, but somewhere between and hey, there was an union.
Form the union. Speaking of union, I have a unionized set of cards here for hero points. I've been practically throwing them at you, trying to give them away. You know, free hero points by patrons or whatever. No one, you know, all this great combat stuff. But we're not in combat mode right now. We're in counter exploration mode. Sorry, not counter exploration mode, role play mode.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a retraining montage. So let's start with our reliable rules lawyer, Joseph Gibson, playing Niles, the human cleric. If you were to train or retrain, or do you plan to?
Oh, myself?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I do not plan on retraining.
Then I trust you to tell it like it is, with no secret agenda. Let's start with Mathew Spiegler, our cameo guest, playing the cousin dwarven fighter with the archer dedication archetype. You talked about all the new cool class features and everything that you got, but now we're doing a training montage, and our leader, the sorcerer, has asked for some downtime, and they've asked for trainers, teachers. You're learning some more about the UKJ culture. Their views on religion, their views on combat. I mean, they're very curious about you, your poncho, your survival techniques, skills that you can share. You know, you get these guys talking, as long as you have a translator, or just, if you're fiddling with something, actually making something, whether it's whittling or sharpening your gear. These elves come out in troves watching you, pointing at their head like they want to learn, or they show you how they do it, or they think they can do it better and they ask for you to fork it over, and they show you your way, and as you go screaming, that is not the way you treat a tankard. You have no idea. That is not for doing that in. You drink out of it. You don't fill it. Filling it for this is not a pot that goes under a bed. This is that kind of thing. Would you want to retrain? Are you considering retraining any of your talents, feats, class features, apparently even stats? I know you can't retrain your race, and yet I would contend that point, because you go to a trainer and you say, I want to demonk myself and barbarian, let's go. Can't you just go to an alchemist and say, I'm human, I'd like to be more than human, and he alchemy mute gens, reaches deep in your DNA and pulls a little bit of dragon or something? You could come up with a half elf or a half dragon, or you can't maybe go from a human to a goblin, but you know what I'm saying? I'm saying that there's some altering your species could be on the board as far as retraining with the right alchemist or that kind of thing.
I was looking at the Mauler dedication.
Okay.
It's
What's that?
Based on two-handed weapons.
Okay.
So, because I use a maul, I would get, there's some feats I could get, but it would be further down the line, like some high-level feats that are pretty cool.
Okay. So, what would you give up in place of it? You're talking about your class feats, or are you talking about the archery dedication?
Yeah, the archer dedication I would retrain to Mauler dedication.
Okay. Joe, any thoughts on how he could do that?
Yeah. It's for class features, because that's what an archetype technically is.
Yep.
You can change that, but it takes at least a month.
Per feat?
Yes, for class.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, for change your class, and he just dumps all three and restarts the dedication, or is it he's got 3 feats in this dedication? It's a month per feat.
Yeah, I can just wait until next level and then just pick up the Mauler dedication.
Yeah, it's a month per. So the example is, hey, if you want to change your druid order, you can do that, or your wizard school, you can do that. It just takes at least a month.
Okay, so this sounds like a trip back through the portal, and and watching you guys are doing the building of this type of you know what I mean. The elves will give you a couple days to a week to get your shit together, but then they're probably going to really heavily imply that, can you get back out there and help us, right? You're not going to have a month here in Treetop Land, a week or so. And if you guys are definitely injured,
but Albrecht would probably suggest taking the trip back just to check on the progress of how things are going, because we left
our castle,
the upkeep and the maintenance in the hands of
Theon
and the goblin tribe.
Theon seemed a bit distracted when I last left him.
Okay. Not a bad idea. We'll touch on that soon, but first I want to stay tight in this retraining and what you could possibly get done in the, shall we say, a week. So, if
a week you could train out a feat, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, a week's a feat, but you want to change a class, that's a month.
Okay, so if our dwarven fighter archer, how many archery dedication feats do you have? 3? 2. Okay. So what if you train away the top one and start the dedication of Maul? You would still have the base archery dedication, but you would be swapping the second archery for a new dedication. Or is 2 dedications possible in this system, Joe?
It is, but you have to fulfill whatever the dedication's prereqs are. Usually it's 2 other feats before you take another one.
So
but
I have 2 feats, I can select a new dedication feat, and I don't lose the archer stuff.
Oh, okay. So you're thinking ahead, wait till I level and then I just branch off into a new field, as opposed to a racing.
Right now.
Yeah, luckily he can just pick another dedication.
Okay. So I guess that would supersede the idea of what I just proposed, because it literally says you can't take another dedication until you'd have to take the month and botch everything, start from scratch.
He could work towards retrofitting it to something else that would be more in tune while...
That's what I suggested. Take the week off, take the top feat, but you can't do that as per the rules, because you can't start the second dedication until you have those 2 feats in place. So erasing one for second dedication ain't going to work. You need to take the whole month, go to 0, start over. Or, as Matt is saying, he's going to wait to level and just start a new tree going off into the, Now, that's per dice. Right now, if you want to bring out the heaviest warrior, any warrior you see that's got something big and heavy like a club, and start chumming around with this elf, start working up a, I need somebody to spar with my maul to get better. Sure, because a leveling, you don't wake up one day and suddenly, bing, you're leveled. It's everything leading up to your point. Think about your birthday. I'm 50 years old. Sure, I hit my 50th year in January 9th, but during my 49th year, that was a year ago January. So February, March, April, May, I'm into my 50th year. It just doesn't become a full year of being 50 until I get to my birthday. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for your dedications or even your leveling. It's the journey. It's the XP that leads up to it.
Yeah. Yeah, so like the toughness feat I took for just leveling up, I figured that's from
one of us.
the
Somehow
shit
we all just did that.
the weeks we've been spending in the dysentery and the shitty jungle.
Yes, yes.
I've been drinking the thing they called alcohol. It's not alcohol, but I'm still drinking it.
Just toughening the insides. Yeah, okay. So if you request somewhat, like whether they make you a training dummy or, are you just working, you see that your guy gets up every morning doing the endless katana strike. You see an anime, and he's doing the muscle memory thing, right?
Actually, I wanted to go buy a crossbow.
Do they have a crossbow here?
Yeah, I wanted to see if they had
Yes. Now
something
they don't
stronger than my short bow.
They don't use them, but they do trade with the outside world, and that is something that you could get here. They probably only have like one or two. It's not like a store full of them, but I'm sure there's an odd crossbow lying around that they don't want to use that they'd be happy to sell to you at full price.
And maybe I can bring it to like an elven craftsman or something, and you can like add like some sort of elven touch to it.
Well, instead of a bayonet, what if you made it like a hammerhead shark? Imagine a crossbow that looked like a hammerhead shark. Now, I'm not talking about like the actual cross piece.
No,
though you
make
could.
it a pickaxe. Make it a pickaxe. It's also a crossbow.
I'm getting there, yeah. Sharpen the sides
Sorry,
and actually.
that's my yum, not yours. Sorry.
No, that's okay. It's my yum. I love how he slides off scrap frame. That's Messsina apologizing right there. He just slides out of frame on his roller chair. Nicely done. Yeah, you could totally like a fixed bayonet, right, and put a hammerhead on it. Now it wouldn't be a maul size, but you could at least turn it into like a battle hammer, or anyway. Because there's got to be a way to reinforce a weapon that it won't break or become shoddy, or might be inventing something there. Very cool.
Yeah, that's my main concern is to acquire a crossbow.
Okay. So if you look up crossbow in your basic, we look up in your basic items here, basic price. Let me know if you have the gold. So I'll get you to look into that. Next we have Ryan Muros, or sorry, Matt. Matt still with us? No, he's gone
still
bye.
on break.
He's gone bye-bye.
He was so young.
Muros, you are training.
Yes.
And well, we're talking about being a naturalist. You've discovered the dedication of Druidism.
I did.
These are an entire culture that are one with nature.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you find a way to bridge the gap, communicate with them, or they're showing you agriculture, hunting, but more than that, the medicine side of it, I believe you took in, that kind of thing.
Nature. I not really. Don't leave. If your life is on the line, do not want me to put the Band-Aid on.
Okay.
I have a friend who is much better at that than I am. Much better.
Do you have knowledge nature?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Do you have medicine skill?
Oh, no.
Do you have society skill?
No.
Okay. So hang on. One thing you can retrain, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, is an actual skill.
Oh, yes, you can. Well, you can pretty much retrain almost anything, but within reason, anyways.
Yeah.
So,
but I have lore warfare. I always get that every game.
Yeah. So we're not touching that, even though we've hardly used it. Unless you want to take on the pacifist side. Anyway, I'm saying, is there a skill that you've barely used? I literally watched a video. A lot of podcasters that I know have gotten into like how to discussing the rules. They have. I mean, he literally played your cousin, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh yeah.
Druid, right? So
Yeah,
shout out to GM Jared from the Nothing Ventured, Nothing Gamed podcast, and they are converting Rise of the Rune Lords into 2nd edition. Jared also works with my other chum, Michael Kasevin out of Australia, the Dead Aussie Gamer, and they're both streamers and gamers. And kudos to Michael. He just got a deal with the Hero Forge minis.
Nice.
He actually got the permissions that I was seeking. Good for you. Good for you.
Nice. now you have a guy on the inside.
Yeah. No, that's not how that works. Anyway, and they started this how-to. Anyway, I put the link to their episode, and they were, funny enough, talking about retraining. Now, I always had a thing about, like, if your mountain stance is your go-to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, or magic missile, I would suggest that you do not retrain that. Unless there was some cataclysmic event, like in a story where it fails you epically, and you feel you must rethink your style, your life, or whatever, that would be a catalyst to a complete redo of your character. But if you're just like, this is not the damage output I hope for, and I want this, like, I need more to give you the DM nod. So if there is a skill that these people have, knowledge, nature, more about their own society, religion, or something that you would like, you can retrain a skill. Now would be the time. Now would be the montage. Give that a little thought, sir. We'll get back to you. Matt, Witt, Elbrick, Stonechucker, what about you? I know it's funny to ask this.
Well,
we did an
all I
entire
really want to
episode
do is
on
to-
like what
is
you
to
took.
expand my repertoire a bit.
Mhm.
It's not cheap, but there's some versatility I can add to myself due to a feat I took way back when.
Go on.
Give me a spell book.
Yeah.
The
So
boss spell book.
Yeah,
I
so
have to make some arcana rolls
okay.
first and foremost to add the scrolls that I've obtained in my adventures to my spell book.
Ah, yes. So what is the base for that? Is it like 15 plus the level? Or 20 plus the level? It's not easy.
Yeah, basically I need to make a DC 20.
Plus the spell level.
Nope, just
No?
DC 20.
I'm sorry, you're
Arcana check.
After all that part where not just you, but me and Joe and the rest of the world, how badly we got the counterspell thing wrong with Dispel. We were so close and yet so far. I'm just doubling down on being sure.
For me to learn a 4th level spell, I have to make a DC 20 Arcana check. Below that, the DC gets easier.
Okay.
And the scrolls I have are actually easier than that. But aside from that, I'd like to spend a bit of coin as well as a bit of time to expand my repertoire throughout. Learn the scrolls that I've obtained as well as learn some new spells, potentially.
Now, there's got to be like a time constraint, like a level a day or a level a week, or you know what I mean? Like, you don't just like, I spent an hour looking over a 4th level spell going, I got it. Like, there's got to be some kind of time factor if it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a downtime thing for sure. Give me a minute. I'll
Okay.
get some details on that.
Okay. I just want, like, you guys have given yourself a week, and then they're probably going to strongly hint for you to get back out there and keep helping. And if you can't achieve this stuff inside of a week, I'll give you the week towards it. Like, if it takes you a month, I don't see any reason why that month can't be like a week here and a week there and a week there, as long as they're like close enough in the,
Yeah.
like a week on, a week off. Sure. Not like 3 months go by and, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that kind of thing. Unless you're building an item or like, like something that takes intense focus where you need to like, okay, I'm doing nothing for a month but this,
I like to make my proposal.
So according to the book, it's 1 hour per level of the spell
Oh,
to
wow.
just transcribe
Okay.
to the spell book. So I've got plenty of time to do all
But
of this.
that's-
I just have to
that's-
make the rules.
Is that learning it or transcribing it after you learned it? That could be
You
different.
can gain access to a new spell of your tradition from someone who knows that spell, or from a magical writing like a spellbook or a scroll. You can learn a spell of any of those traditions, but you must use the corresponding skill to do so. So I have to
Okay.
make a check,
Okay. So day one.
essentially.
Day one, they're all finding teachers, and you're finding your bag of toys.
So for day one, I'm learning the scrolls I've got,
well, which are
which are
pick one and roll.
alarm and
go.
fear.
Okay, alarm. Go.
So I need
Roll.
to make a DC. Well, I got to check the level to see what the DC is. Thank you very much, sir.
I heard 20. Let's go.
20 for a 4th level.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
These aren't 4th level scrolls, right?
All right.
So hold on, give me a second.
Okay, so
Inventory.
while he's looking into that, so we're going around the room and they're double checking stuff. So Spiegler's looking into the cost of crossbows. Ryan's looking into
first level.
I'm good.
And
I'm good.
So you're not interested in learning of nature or whatever from them, possibly retraining, or like I
no,
said,
I do possible retraining 100%. 100%.
okay. Now you could retrain,
First
or
level,
you
okay,
could
so-
you could just start training for something that you could take next level. You know what I mean? Like you could start learning something so that you just take it later at next level. I'm not forcing anyone to retrain just to learn something new. No. You guys could just
No, I do want to swap out a current feat that I have for another one.
Okay, what's that?
Ooh.
I would like to change out my second level feat, class feat. I would like to change out crushing grab
Okay.
to stunning fist.
Okay, I could see that. Squeezing does a bit of a hurt, but you're trying to be more of a naturalist and want to just like stun someone instead of just crush them, especially after the Gripply fiasco. See, now there's a learning point. You almost killed a man, and it's like, oh, maybe this is not the best way for me to.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Joe, that's a class feat, so that's a week or a month.
That is a that's a class feat. That is a month. Changing an option from a class is a month.
I'll bring out the PRD for a second there, and just so we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's.
See that feeling you're feeling right now, Joe, where he doesn't believe you? I get that every game. That's the feeling. that feeling.
to it.
Yeah.
Hold on, that's not what I just read.
So while
No.
I've
It's an interpretation, and
All right.
Joe and I both deal with code, so it's like we're like, all right,
So
no.
it's-
Let's find this where this problem is.
Okay. Well, before I start spinning up Aiden is another plate.
Yeah.
I do want to comment on that bit because it says class features that you can choose to change, but it also specifies feats as separate. So, and like for rogue, it'd be like retraining the racket. I could see taking a month, absolutely.
Well, the problem is class features don't exist anymore. They're now feats. A class feature actually is now considered a class feat.
Rogue racket class feature. There's like trickster, mastermind,
In your
thief.
face, Jeff. In your face.
Oh,
Or
the base stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking of like all the options that used to be class features locked in, or now they've taken half. Sorry, they've
Now
taken half
feat,
of it. Yeah. Okay.
And that's why I'm like, I don't know about the class feats. That's why.
the features. I think the features are narrowing on to the point of when we get to have a class, when you can become certain specific examples of your classes. Monk doesn't have much of the class features. No. I just chose one. Actually, class features. Just think about it. Level 7. It was, what was it? Path to Perfection. That's a class feature.
Right. And that would take a month.
That would take a month
But
for me to change that to another.
But stunning fist
feat-
versus. Okay.
Yeah, but a feat would be a week.
Joe's shaking his head, which saves me looking up the page. Joe, your rebuttal.
My rebuttal is you have feats. So is it a feat or is it a class feature?
That is a class feature. Path to Perfection.
Yeah,
It's
but we're
a
talking about the one you
feature.
want to change.
That's what I'm asking.
What I want to change is a feat.
Then it's a week.
There you go.
Yeah.
There we
And
go.
I think that's what Spiegler wants to change as well, because those are dedication feats.
Which is a
But
class feature.
We already covered that. I'm not saying a fourth time. First of all, he chose just to wait. Second, you can't take a second dedication feat until you have 2 in the other. So we can't burn a week to erase one because then you're changing the rules and yada yada. So And if you don't know what I'm talking about, listen back to the last episode. And before I open another can of worms with Aiden, who chimed in and what his character's going to do, Matt has some results for me. I was going to go Spiegler in the cost of a crossbow.
I do. So the scrolls I have are both first level spells, which are a DC 15 Arcana check. So I will
name the spell
give
first.
you those.
Give me the spell first. First
so
roll.
The first spell is Alarm.
Okay, roll.
For Alarm, learning it. I think I did.
What'd you get?
With a total of 29.
I'm sorry, I won't shut off. He's alarmed all the time. His robes make weird noises. Nice going. You killed it.
We've all been there at 6 o'clock in the morning or 5:30.
Everyone finds you alarming. See how good it might be bad. Okay, sorry. And next one.
All right. So Alarm check.
Yep.
Boom. I can put it in my list.
Nice. Next.
DC 22 for Fear.
Okay. And that's it?
So that's a check mark because I needed to hit a 15.
What's your next spell?
Now I'm getting into the tough stuff.
Spell first?
I want to add 2 spells to my repertoire for 4th level. So I need to hit a DC 20
or which one?
Arcana check and spend money.
Okay. How much?
Which one? It is 36 GP per spell.
Okay, tell you what.
So I have enough to do one on my own, but I do need to dip into party funds.
Okay.
To hit the second one.
Yeah, well, put that to a vote. If you don't want to reveal the spell, put it in the Zoom chat so I can at least tag what you're rolling for. We can reveal the big spell later, as promised. So type it in Zoom chat so the audience can't see.
Okay, hold on. Let me get my spells thing back up here.
All right. First one you type in will be the first roll. Next one you type in will be the next roll, and we'll come back to those results. Getting back to Messsina.
Okay.
Yes.
So, a class feat, 1 week, which you have. You are turning grippy grip. So, you know those little hand grip things you get at the mall? You know, like the right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you break you break those, and instead of gripping them, they flail open like they smack someone, and you study that impact backward spring to smack something really hard like a flick so you can stun them.
Yeah, so I now need someone to hold a piece of paper so I can flick it.
Oh shit. Sorry, I just saw Matt spell he wrote in there. Oh god.
Calm.
So I'm sorry.
I now need a volunteer to hold a piece of paper while Muros goes whoosh, and tries to flick break it.
I can do it.
Come forth, your first goblin disciple.
I sure you offer out Lowbrick. Yeah, you sure you don't got nothing else you want to be doing? Like, stealing something from Albert.
Is there something you want me to steal from Albert? Is there something I should be stealing from him?
No, I just assumed that's what you're doing when I'm looking at you, because I don't have anything worth stealing.
I don't steal stuff all that often, actually. Only what I really need, but
Yeah, you have to be honest with yourself.
I am genuinely.
He's actually putting on your pants one leg at a time while he's defending himself. You must have left these lying around.
You don't even have a beard. Why are you using my beard rings?
Thank God your beard goes down to your knees.
For years.
What are you talking about? I love my new ear piercings that I've had for years.
Yeah, my brand new ones. As a spark, a possible new relationship between dwarf and goblin is seated on the first day. We'll come back to that on the last day. Matt, your roll, sir?
Yep.
For the fourth level spell?
Fourth level spell.
First one in chat.
The first one I want to add is Ice Storm.
Okay, why did you blow that? Went to great lengths so you would not have to reveal that as you didn't want to. Okay.
Oh, no. I don't mind revealing. I just...
Oh, I thought you wanted to, wait till you cast it. That's why you didn't mention it last episode. Oh, why did you make me put it in the chat? Oh, God. I gotta say... First, we spent a whole episode on you, wanting to report, and then we get you the NPC and you guys choke. Twice. Before I have to DM go, so you're gonna report to this guy or what? And now, this. Oh. No more drinking
So
for you.
DC 20 I needed to make. I hit a 23. I'll take it.
Very nice. And your second.
And that's so. The second spell I want to learn is Stone Skin,
Yes.
and I figured that one's the one that the party will pay for because it benefits them way more than it benefits me.
Well, you don't have to cast it on
So-
yourself. You can cast it on them.
That's right.
So you cast it on Miro, so you make him a tank. You cast it on Niles.
That's right.
Niles, he can go more than 2 minutes in a fight. No offense,
Yeah.
Niles. You cast it on the goblin, and it's like a boulder sneaking in the woods.
It's powerful, man. Stone
it's good.
Skin in second ed is nice.
You know,
so
we'll reveal what it does when you cast it. How about that?
when
Maybe-
I use it,
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
good. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm down for that. And like I said, I've got like
Gotta roll
42
still.
GP on my own,
Yeah.
and that covers the first one and the 2 first level spells.
Okay. Now.
And I have
where-
2 GP left over, so I
Why
need
do you need
34
money?
GP from the party loot
Why do you need money?
to learn Stone Skin.
Why?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Why?
Why?
Because you have to use.
Because
that's
he's
part
bought.
of the rules.
No, you got to buy it. Like, are you developing the spell or purchasing the spell? This is not from a scroll.
So to learn a spell from a scroll or a teacher, you have to spend money to do it during the retraining. time,
So
right?
you got to assume that there's somebody here that knows those spells.
Okay.
Right?
Is there somebody here who knows?
You
other-
may have to go through the portal. That's it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, ice storm in a jungle.
I think Stone
don't think-
Skin would be common enough. The ice one, might be a little bit of a.
Just saying. And you know, assuming they have that high level of magic, like their most powerful caster is
So
one of their queens.
For my second one, just for the DC roll, I hit a 32. So my rolls were all successes.
Okay.
We'll let whether the availability means I have to go somewhere or not be up to you, and
you still have a week, right? And the
Yeah.
the portal is a day to get there. So even if we're just adding a day, like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, guys, I've gone as far as I can. Give me a day. You go to the portal.
Yeah.
So 7 days becomes
So
8 days. Because, like,
Time wise, in
Yeah.
order for me to do that, it would take 4 hours.
yeah, and like I said, then you're at the other portal. You come out. You walk all the way to the city. And it's half a day. You find the guy. So, like, we're talking about maybe adding 2 days just for the inconvenience, which is not bad. Like, considering there's no one in the
No.
area. You know what I mean? That may or may not know the spell. 2 extra days.
Hexes per day.
What's that?
I thought it was 2 hexes per day, one if you scanned.
He's just
So-
yeah. but
No,
we-
he's talking about me going to track down whoever's going to teach me the spell.
That's 2
If I
X's a
can't learn
day.
it here with the Ukajay,
Yeah.
I've got a week to squeeze in what I got to do and make it back in time to not hold up the party.
If he runs 1 square, jumps through the portal, does the 10-mile jaunt, because he's not coming from the tower. He's actually, remember that the portal goes underground out to the bandit camp. He's got to come all the way back into town. So I'm pretty much banking on a full day before he even gets to, like, can anyone know this spell? You know, like, you know, so pretty much a day burnt, you know. Anyway, but yeah, you're right. Probably not 2. Anyway, no, I need to work that out. Spiegler, how much does a crossbow cost?
40 silver pieces
That's a lot.
for a heavy crossbow.
Ooh. Actually, you know, it would be a heavy one that you'd want to eventually try to modify into a hammer, though. I gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you got the money?
Yeah, and I'm wondering, like, can I sell my arrows or like trade in my arrows for bolts and sell my short bow?
So what you do is you sell the arrow at 50%, and then whatever money you have out of that, plus your own cash, you buy, you know, bolts. They're willing they're willing to trade with you.
To trade the
I can say now,
arrows for bolts.
hang like a normal store, right? But because you guys have got something going with these people, and they have need of arrows, a bunch of elves, right? So
Right.
it's like, yeah, would you trade me for the bolts? And like, well, I'm just saying, like, I don't want this president going, you let me trade 1 for 1. It's like, there's circumstances here. They have no use for the bolts. They're not interested in the weapon. They're not dying to sell it, but they'll gladly haggle with you. And if you're going to give them arrows, however, where did you get these arrows?
Oh, I just
are they
had them when I came
dwarven
through the-
dwarven make? Are they?
Yeah. Like I had them when I came through the portal.
Okay, so 6 levels. You're out in the wilds. I'm assuming these are probably human make because you've had to restock. You don't go all the way home to the mountain every time you need a quiver arrows. You just buy whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I just
Okay.
I've barely. Oh, I guess if I was using
No,
arrows,
it's fine.
sometimes, but
They're not homemade. They're not made by you.
Yeah.
They're like store-bought adventuring grade. They should be okay with them. You know, they hum and haw at them like they're Kmart, but a deal's a deal. Yeah, they'll trade you one for one. Can I have some kind of what's diplomacy in this? Oh man, I've been in Star Wars.
Charisma.
Is that what you mean? Diplomacy is diplomacy.
Yeah, diplomacy.
Yeah, he can make the check regardless of whether he's trained or not. So.
Give me a diplomacy
flat
check.
check. 13.
Yeah, they'll do a deal one for one.
Decent.
Okay, so I'll let you swap those out. Do you have 40 silver to buy the...
I do.
Okay, now this is just for the base thing. We haven't got docked into inventing a new weapon stuff. That's a whole other bag of wax that we'll get into another episode. But I'm hopeful that Spiegler will help us craft our very first homebrew item.
So is it
might be coming.
100 silver pieces per gold piece, or
No, it's 10.
10?
No, gold is the... Silver is the old gold compared to the old one. I think it's 10 for the new. So, why? What do you want to buy that's gold?
Oh, I don't. I have 15 silver pieces, but I have 50 gold pieces.
Okay, so if you want to change it,
Yeah, I need to exchange. Right?
not here. We do not like gold. They actually seem offended that you want to give them gold. You explain to them diplomacy.
Eight.
8. You explain the concept of, in the real world, little elf, this is 10 of these. And they're like, no. They will not take blood of the darkness, they call it.
Okay.
They claim it's cursed.
Well, will you trade me for this bow? This really nice short bow.
More arrows.
I'm gonna have to go back to town anyways. So if they won't take it, give it to me and I'll barter for it on your behalf.
Sure.
The short bow?
No, the gold. They
Oh,
have
gold. Yeah.
They have no gold coins here. And as I said before, the only gold you have ever seen is worn by one man. And this is the second time this has come up. Now, I'm just assuming, as a freebie, greedy dwarves like gold. I see that. Registered, like, zero in with predator vision, like gold gems, like. You also notice that gems that they wear, also rare, are uncut. They actually don't cut the gems. Lovely clusters, Now, from a more refined culture, perhaps you just think this is part of their primitive ways, like they just don't have the ability or the interest, but no gold.
And y'all got change for a 50?
But now you pull out like a bag of gold, and they literally back away, going no. Anyway, now you don't speak Elven, they don't speak Dwarven, so like I said, I'm doing this in the third person because they're like, no, you're kind of holding up. I have arrow, point at bolt, me want, it's pretty simple stuff, right?
When you're trying to feed a 1-year-old food. No.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys find Stefan sitting on a blanket amongst his stuff and all shit sprayed around like he's having a tantrum, and all the elves are avoiding him. They're giving him bolts on a 10-foot pole just because the gold he offered. He spread it all out. Look, it's gold. What's wrong with you people? If you want to know why, you guys need to speak to someone that can bridge the gap in translation. But right now, they will not take your gold.
Do we have some stuff to sell from our adventures?
You mean like in the party loot?
Yeah.
Should I take the gold statue that I have back with me? I think it's going to end up
that's
a day
that's a
trip
wise
for
cause.
me at the very least.
Yeah.
You know what?
So if
Especially-
anybody
I
has anything that they want to sell that's gold or whatever, or convert, give it to me now. I'll take it.
I think
convert
it's
it,
best
bring
that
it
you go
back.
check. I'm going back with you there, Codes, at the very least. I got
Okay.
to check on there the knuckleheads.
Right. Well, I appreciate the company.
Hey, those-
I need 25 silver pieces to buy this
Aye.
heavy crossbow. If anybody of you,
you need
can
25
spare
silver.
it.
Here you go, Cuz. Those.
Yeah, he
Hey,
takes all, he
hey,
takes all,
hey.
he takes all your 50 gold up front. Remember that, right? He takes all your gold and goes, oh yeah, here's 25 silver.
No, I'm not giving him my gold.
No, okay.
No, you're giving it to me.
Oh, I'm giving it to you, yeah, for the spells.
But Moneybags
Yeah.
here, the sorcerer actually is in charge of party loot, and he could probably exchange it for silver. So do you guys actually have
Yep.
enough party silver? You know,
Yeah.
does this concern you guys? Are you guys actually interested in this, or just kind of like, okay, whatever, people don't do gold?
Moros
the
doesn't
buck
do
starts
money,
silver,
so...
Yeah, that's fine.
So, do you
My
need-
word is my honor. I'd not rip off a friend. Now, if you're an enemy, it's a different story altogether, but I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine. Give me the old dwarven reach around, if you know what I'm saying.
Do I just minus the gold pieces from my inventory in the window? Or is there a way for
Is
me
it
to,
on
like,
your is it on your sheet or is it on the party sheet? Because if you're messing with the party sheet, that's everybody's money.
Yeah,
if you
no,
have
this is
personal gold on
my
your guy,
sheet.
yeah, you just manually like delete it, and trust me, Matt's already probably added it to his own sheet.
I was gonna say,
I haven't
do you
added
take-
it.
cousin, are you taking all 50?
I won't charge a conversion fee. I'll do it on the legit
hey.
standpoint because it benefits the party.
the cousin discount.
There
You know, there you go.
For the good of all, yeah.
All right.
We all pool our money anyways. It's
While
just
we're on the
dwarven
topic,
way
how
to
much
do it.
gold do you guys have in items and stuff? I'm just curious. Like how much, how
Like
much?
total?
Yeah, like what do you have?
worth?
Yeah, like
I got some, I got some
have
money.
like 50 platinum worth. Oh,
Apparently.
crap.
Yeah.
all
That's
in
just
gold.
me.
No,
No,
I mean like
platinum.
no, I'm not.
That's-
not,
That's
I'm
gear
not
and
talking
everything.
about. I'm not talking about value. I'm talking about actual gold, whether it's
Oh,
pieces,
Liquid
items.
cash? Yeah. We're broke. We're all broke.
I have like 55
I had a
silver.
statue. I had a statue.
What about those gold
and-
bars you guys found?
Yeah, the ones
We
that
haven't
fucking
touched them
release
since
with
we got
arsenic.
arsenic poisoning, so
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't touch things that give us
Like-
poisoning.
You guys pulled them out. Jihad, who wears gold, doesn't want anything to do with them, and you guys kept them on the down low. But because you handled them with your hands and went had a meal, you got sick. You haven't pulled them out since. Nothing's happened in the world of gold besides your own observations until now, where Stepan, our cousin that came late to the party, starts throwing around his money, and they're just treating him like he's diseased. Okay.
Noted.
so can we get some causality? Can I be like, oh, they don't like gold? Let's go convert this into silver or platinum.
Sure. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go. So you were, like you said, you were headed to the portal anyway.
Yeah,
And-
I'm gonna have to.
Okay, so everyone
think.
want to give up their gold, and trusty old Al will totally come back with,
no,
your-
I'll.
Yep.
But I'll.
I'll
there.
convert it honestly. I'm not gonna be a jerk.
And after Miros gave me that silver, I bought the
Yeah.
heavy crossbow.
Okay, yep. So you got a crossbow.
And then
Yeah.
I gave him the bow, and does he give me any silver for it? Like half its value or whatever? The short bow?
What?
30 silver
thought-
pieces.
Oh, I thought they offered you arrows.
No, I offered him arrows for bolts, and like I want to get rid of
Oh.
my short bow now that
Oh,
I'm getting a
They'll get
crossbow.
they'll give you the standard 50%. Now,
Okay.
depending on who you talk to, like I said, you just go up to like one of their merchants, right? Hey, you, give me this 50%. If you have an in with somebody that you've influenced positively, right? You guys have made 3
Yeah.
friends, right?
I show my little mushroom tattoo that the what's his name? I just had the name on the tip of my tongue.
I mean, you
Earth.
personally, or the group. Like, I do
Green
know that
speaker.
the ranger and the rogue have influenced the hunter Akosa. I know that Jihad generally likes you guys and has always given you the benefit of the doubt, despite the sex party that you guys tried to have with him. But you know, he piqued his interest and he does like Akosa, right? Your biggest fan was the half elf. It's her job to bridge the gap between cultures, and she wants to know everything about you. She even went out of her way to learn Dwarven until the other day when you guys, she got offended. And you guys haven't seen her since. Just to put that on the table, DM player to knowledge is like, if you guys have someone you want to specifically speak to and have them walk you to a merchant, you will probably get a better deal. You know, same thing in real life, right? Oh, you don't want cable? I know a guy. Tell him Jeff sent you, you know, and you get a better deal, right? You just go knock on a door. They're like, oh, yeah, we heard of you. You're that dwarf. 50%, right? Unless you guys brought down the barrier, then it's like, here, marry my child, you know. But until that happens.
One day at a time.
Fair.
One day at a time. One day at a time. Yeah, the last overture of hitting on this didn't go very well, despite all my flirting. So
I will
beg to
actually
argue.
make an effort to, after we've noticed that gold isn't effective in this neck of the woods, make an effort to do a proper conversion for everything that is gold
okay, so let's say we're on day 2.
into
Okay.
tangible.
Okay, you get
Albrecht, could I ask a question here though? Why do they not like gold?
That's a good question, cousin.
Hey,
Have you asked them?
I thought you might be a smart big brain like yourself and know why.
Well, let's find out. Let's do a knowledge society. 15.
around
Why
here
don't
this
they like
first-
gold?
it has to do with their history.
Oh.
They believe all gold is cursed.
It's the root of all evil. Didn't you hear the Beatles sing about
there's
it,
more
lad?
to it. There's more to it. Like I said, at 15, that's a base reason. You can ask for more details, or if you rolled higher, you would know them. Again, something in Pathfinder 2nd Edition I really like. 15, this is what you got. But you guys should never leave it at that. You could always ask questions, you know, that kind of
Well,
thing.
that's
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
But that's
getting
all.
there.
That's all I really need. They don't like it. It's cursed. Give me the gold. I'll change it to silver or platinum.
Hey,
We can make deals happen.
Of course
Let's
you
go
can.
silver. It's easier to deal with.
Copper is actually more
More weight,
manageable.
but
It's how much do we need when you're traveling? To be honest,
I can't argue with that logic. Here's all 50 of my gold.
Dude,
Right,
you
then.
should have, because of that line, oh yeah, they believe it's cursed. It's cursed. It's cursed. Cough it up. You'd be rich. You never even leave the mountain. Like,
I gave it to my cousin Ponzi.
for the
imagine that?
greater good.
the one guy that speaks the most languages should be the richest dude in the party, because you could convince the rest of the party. You could just change the guy's dialogue. He thinks all that shit is cursed. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you do your own deal. Like, you imagine? We come across halflings. Oh, they think this is cursed, and you know, you come
That
across
does not fit my alignment.
very, very superstitious world out there, guys. I'm
But it absolutely fits mine.
telling you.
Don't give your gold to Lobrecht.
What are you talking about?
You guys,
I do love how it never even crossed anybody. They're like, Albrecht, he'll go change it for us? Sure, here, take all
yeah.
my gold.
I know. Yeah. I never saw him again.
Yeah. No. Muros knows his ears will be boxed if he runs away with his lunch money. That happened once.
All right, you keep doing your squats with these UKJ elves. I'll come back.
Okay.
I have some business to attend to.
Now, a lot of results from this week of retraining kind of can be revealed at the end of the week. So for a moment, if you guys have bought and started all, you know, the domino tumbling of what you want to accomplish by the end of the week, I'm going to follow Matt. Is anybody going with him?
Yeah. I
Niles is
got a
going
bunch of Muros will go with him.
Okay.
I'd probably be following with Muros.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time Lobrecht just runs up with a piece of paper. Ah!
Yeah, okay.
Like attacking him with the piece of paper. Everyone's like, "What the attack?"
All right. I'm going to give you guys... Actually, everyone drop me some perception in your tower.
Everyone drop perception.
Yep, in the tower, please. Now, you
right.
guys have kind of like, every time you come to the city, you've been very focused on something, our mission, our meal, you know what I mean? In downtime, and you're shopping, you're bartering, you're studying, right? But you're in a position to observe them better, wandering around trying to get what you want. Especially if you go to a foreign city on vacation, there's that language barrier that kind of makes you feel like you're a wall apart. You know, and you really kind of open your eyes and watch more because you can't listen as much because you don't know what, you know what I mean? You watch body language and you watch gestures and you have to guess, is that, you know, happening the way I think it is, because you can't hear the dialogue to assure that these people are talking about this, these people are arguing about that, right? So a day in, maybe a day later after Al leaves, we've got Stepan and Al. Even yourself, Niles. You haven't been left alone much with these people, Niles. And when you were, you usually had the Elven Ranger with you, or you had another dwarf with you. Or you were drinking and sharing something as a gesture at a party where everyone's supposed to get along with everybody. But now they leave you completely alone with these people. They kind of shun you. They're always kind of watching you suspiciously.
Surprise, surprise.
Shun the non-believer.
Yeah, time to,
Have you heard or drank the good word lately?
yeah, spread the word.
Not picking up, like, you guys are rolling pretty high in these perceptions. It's not the fact that you're religious. You're pretty sure
No, it's because I have round ears. It's quite simple.
Yeah, it's because he's human. They're not big on humans. They're very suspicious of them. And when you're not propped up by, your fellow dwarves. What's that, Al? You're muted.
So, well, honestly, can you blame them? I haven't met a human I can trust further than I can throw, ever, even including our cleric friend. And trust me, as a dwarf, I do have some distance.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You can't trust them filthy long shanks. I've been saying that all along.
Right, you can just stop talking now, Lowbrick.
Niles tears up.
Yeah,
Starts
no,
drinking.
Don't get me wrong, my honorary cousin.
No,
I
it just
love
reminds
you
me of
from the
Sion.
depths of my beard. But I can understand the UKJ's willingness to distance themselves from those of the round-eared.
Yeah, okay.
Heritage.
What was that, Niles? You almost RP'd and opened up there. I don't want that trampled. What did you say?
It just reminds me of Theon. It's just as the same ridiculous.
No, we don't like you either. We tolerate. There's a big difference between liking something and tolerating it.
I should play the clip where Matt's like, a god that worships drinking. Lads, we've been worshipping the wrong deity. Screw the dwarf. Oh, yeah, he's like your best buddy for 5 minutes. What happened to that? I got him in. I guess it's like wearing thin, man. You need
I
new
was
tricks.
drunk. I claimed the 5th.
All right.
Just remember, Niles, the loudest cousin isn't always the right one.
Oh,
I'm very rarely right.
Oh, I like that. Ryan, you just got yourself a hair point, buddy. That's some good. Oh, that's some backward Muros wisdom that I'm liking. That's good, man. We'll just let me pass. Hang on. I'll pass it. Let me pass that over, Aiden, to you. Here you go. There we go. So yeah. So home again, jiggity jig, right? Okay. So boys, 2 dwarves travel alone in the mighty, mighty jungle for half a day.
Don't forget, there is a goblin in the undershrub around.
Occasionally getting tossed or punched.
Yeah.
Always lightly, but about 51% of power. So
Literally just jumps out of a bush, gets tossed into another one, and just keeps bouncing around.
and it comes from a tree directly above.
You literally said you have mastery, skill, and stealth, so I'm not going to mention you unless you do. I'm still here, right? I'm still getting XP. Yes, get back in your bush.
I'm still relevant.
Still relevant. 2 dwarves.
He may have mastery skill in stealth, but I have mastery skill in perception. Just saying.
So why didn't you
Just
bring him
saying.
up? So why don't you bring him up? Why do I have to bring him up every time?
Well, I've already got his gold.
That's why he's following you.
Nothing from me.
That's why he's following. Makes perfect sense to me. Why would I even mention that? Yeah, the goblin's doing exactly what I thought the goblin would do.
Don't worry about them.
I always enjoy reading a comment or becoming aware of a brand new listener, live viewer. So tonight we're shouting out to Beamersik, who's been talking about the conversion of copper to gold and that's the relevant in the room, as he says. Get it?
Yep.
Elephant in the room, relevant in the room. Beamer. Okay, Beamer. Thank you, Beamer. Welcome to the show. And for all of you that are listening to this as a podcast weeks and months later, you want your moniker shouted out? You want to talk to us directly? We're a friendly bunch. Email us.
We're here.
Email us
Hi.
at rollmongers.com.
Speak for yourself, lad.
Again,
you can't-
like I said, the loudest one is not always a right one.
Can't talk to Matt. You know. That's Matt Witt, Lindsay,
He's
Ontario,
feisty
Canada.
tonight. I don't know
on
if it's
Facebook.
gotten into-
You can find him at.
You can find him. Into the temple ruins. I've already seen the diplomacy checks, he says. Oh, I like this guy. Into the temple ruins. The ruined temple of Ketepis. Ketefris. Oh, man. I miss Forgotten Realms. They had simpler names for everything. Ketefis. Yes, the Elven god.
Yes.
Yes.
We
We've
don't
we've
care.
been borrowing the Hunter's Gate.
Borrowing. I believe
through
ownership
ownership.
is 9/10 of the construction
No,
cost.
he reprogrammed that thing. We're not traveling through a simple elven portal anymore. It's an elven/dwarven portal. The
Yeah.
effects may be unknown.
It's dwarven on the other side. I'm going to tell you that 100%.
Funny you should say that. Can I have another perception check in the tower from the three of you, please? You're gonna
Damn
push
it.
that button. You're gonna push that button. Well, it's funny you should say.
Ooh, natural 1 for 16.
In the
Wait,
tower.
Still pretty
in the
good
tower.
because I am
You
a
in the tower?
master of perception.
Yeah, you're in the, in
Unless
the
you
tower.
roll a 1 outside of the tower, that was also equally acceptable.
Oh, in the tower. Sorry, in the tower.
Yeah, so,
My
he,
bad.
so he's
My
literally
bad.
running around going, I see you, I see you. Master
There you go.
of-
I threw one in the tower just in case it matters.
Thank you. Much better than your natural one.
I hope so.
It was a natural 2.
You know, I was kind of hoping for this.
95% chance of it being
'Cause-
better.
Just because you see it doesn't mean you say it. It's Miros. Miros, you guys are marching up to this portal.
Hey?
Okay. Who's first one in?
Hey,
Euros.
imagine Euros would be the first one in.
All right.
I was gonna say that or tossing Loban.
I would imagine. No, I would imagine it would be.
Yeah,
this
no.
one. He'd be
True
talking.
story. It's actually probably the projectile formerly known as Lobrak.
I know. I imagine it would like right at this time that Albrecht and Maros are like having some like really in depth like social economical discussion where it's like hitting at some core principles, and then all of a sudden, like from a bush that doesn't belong there because it's all like obsidian everywhere, but there's for some reason a very lush and live bush right there, and then all of a sudden a goblin goes ah, and at this point Rose goes, I agree, but those on the far right tend to oh no.
He's like Kato. You've ordered him to attack you at every opportunity, like the old,
He wanted to train, and he said he
Peter-
wanted to get
Peter-
strong fast.
Peter
This
Sellers.
is how we do this.
Okay.
It's like the ongoing party prank, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not a goblin. It's one of those fake goblin dolls you see in anime because he's he's done the wall
You know,
paint.
he
where-
goes and throws it. It's a goblin when he grabs it, but when it leaves his hands, it's just a log.
It's a ball of angry green.
There you
We
go.
know this much. Angry
ma-
green leaves.
He made himself a lowbrack out of like wood and twigs, and Miros is totally buying what it is. Meanwhile, you guys see him. He's painted himself into the wall. You know, like those camouflage calendars where he's beside the portal, wait for you guys to hurry up. Anyway, so Lowbrack is first in. Okay, Miros.
Yeah.
When he hits the threshold, okay, imagine a still pond and him being lowered into it by a rope, and you have that proverbial face in, half in.
All right.
Okay, he is half in body, whether he's face first, ears first, pants first, who knows. Okay.
What
This is his choice.
You notice the portal reacts to his traversing differently than it usually does, because you guys have been in and out a couple times, not a lot.
Yeah, I tested it several times before I.
Yeah. It looks like a bit of a glitch. There's sort of a pink-purple static arc. Now, remember when you guys were reprogramming and trying to do the thing with the Thieves' Tools with Lowbrack himself? And
He just bunged it up. Yeah, I remember that.
Beamer actually got my Beamer
Rude,
actually
but
got
accurate.
my
Out of
Pink
bounds, but
Panther
true.
reference. I like this guy more and more. Peter Sellers and Kato, yeah. A little bit of like a pink purple arcing. Do you remember when Lobrak was trying to disarm the original portal and failed?
Yep.
And then you guys, and then you started moving stones or whatever and all that kind of thing. They finally recrafted it to make it key. Okay, coming out this side, and then back in, Lobrak and Niles went in to try to disarm the vision of Dahak. Right. This time going in, right? Maybe it's a trick of the light. Maybe because he's lost weight. You know, he's looking a little slimmer and trimmer and a little bit more buff only after 2 days of your tutelage.
Yeah.
The portal seems to react differently as he traverses it. Lobrak, you as well notice a strange sensation that when you pass through the portal, just a strange sensation ripples through your body. It's not unpleasant. It's just different and definitely very different.
Gets them right in the plums.
I was going to say backwards, right? I'm assuming it's backwards feeling from the toes forward.
It doesn't change his pronouns or anything, guys. Don't read too much into this.
No. I'm just saying, like, this time, you know, a little bit of a tickle from beneath.
Look at I love this guy, Beamer, and that's how half elves are made. So,
Ooh, half elf, half goblin. Will that be a playable race? Is that a possibility?
yeah, you can half elf anything.
All ears. They're just nothing but ears.
You're basically playing a 6-foot goblin going, what? You looking at me?
His name's Radar. Oh,
Don't
I
make me say-
already have a plan for this guy.
Oh,
All right.
God. Oh, God.
Scrap all of your predispositions for what you think I might play. If Albrecht bites it, I have a plan.
You guys talked about an all-goblin party based out of those guys that you saved the first time we discussed this
I think
in
it's
book
brilliant.
one.
I think if anybody gets killed, we should just by default replace them with a goblin.
Yeah.
Just by default.
Looks like
Like-
gets all your stuff.
Everything the same but goblin.
Your name is Albrecht now, and this goblin that doesn't even speak Dwarven going, okay, you know, here's his robes. We need you to cast magic missile. Okay, you know, this is your job. Lead us. Okay,
No. He casts magic missiles, but like 4 other goblins come out of nowhere wielding knives and run and like launch themselves at the enemy, going magic missile.
Lobrak is like this alpha goblin. He looks like a real dude. Every other goblin, I see the football head, all teeth, you know, that just spit out barely syllables that just like, okay. Fire now? No, okay, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, even the goblins in Starfinder. You see these guys that duct tape everything and fire extinguishers for jetpacks and can I see your gun? I'll fix it. You know, oh shit, boom. You know, oh, it's crazy.
Yeah. They're basically the orcs from like Warhammer 40k.
Okay, try not to overstretch the point. Lobrak, you feel a different sensation as you pass through the portal. Muros, you notice the portal seems to react differently to his trespassing. Ooh. What do you guys do? Do you do anything about this? Do we
Hey,
care?
Albert, Albert, did you see that?
Can
right
I throw
there?
like some sort of knowledge at this? Like,
You don't notice,
like,
so they gotta bring
that
it
was
up.
different.
Murph points it
So
out to Albert.
I'll
Albert?
throw some knowledge arcana to see if I can discern a reasoning why. 18. Does that let me know why his plums are sparkling rather than his feet?
I'm gonna throw a knowledge nature.
Okay, enough with the plums.
29 knowledge nature.
You heard him, Aiden. You no longer have plums.
How much have you been drinking? I
Yeah.
thought it was weird 2 hours ago when Matt like apologized for his drinking. I'm like, that's kind of a strange opener. Now I know why.
Ha!
All right. Sorry, with a 18 Arcana.
Yeah.
Portal magic, I won't say it's unstable, but these are really, really old portals. You know, they might glitch up a bit. They might not be is it functioning? Yes. You know.
That's good enough for me. After you, Muros.
He's walking through, all right.
Okay.
Lolbrick, hold your breath.
Okay. Lowbrick,
Hand your plums.
you're in the lava tube. You're halfway down the lava tube, and you'd expect, again, perception all around, boys, as we all enter the lava tube.
Straight up
Okay.
perception is
In the tower. Bam.
In the tower. In the tower.
in the tower.
Yes. Come on, Miros. 5 minutes ago, you were
I
correcting
see
everybody.
you seeing Miros.
You didn't
I
say
see.
in the tower. It's now in the tower.
Every perception from you guys is in the tower.
Okay,
It's in the box.
Alright.
All perceptions are supposed to be secret unless
You guys are rolling like really well. I got to see this. Like, I was hoping for like nothing or one person going, never mind. But you guys are like all blowing way over. Like, damn it! All right.
Perfect.
Remember my first 4 rolls? All those
You can't pull the wool over my eyes, but whether we care if we see it, that's an entirely different story.
Starting with low bracket, the lowest roll. Okay. Something seems different. I mean, everything's familiar, but there's something different. You can't quite place it. Miros.
Hey.
After enacting, because remember we had you outside, like telling Al the tale of those two in there disarming the whatever, right, kind of thing.
Yeah, of course.
Being a dwarf may be more akin to stone or lava, but there is something. The way the veins are running, the
Right.
patterns seem different. Like
That's
this, like this tunnel is undulating or evolving. Now, maybe there's some blowback after the Goblin and Niles disarmed the Vision of Dahak, and it's altered the tunnel. I don't know.
Might be expected.
Yep. Knowledge nature? I can't say this is a natural thing, but...
No, nothing's natural about this.
No, but if it's a lava tunnel, stone affected by magic should work a certain way. Okay, Arcana would base that, but the way stone would react, if you want to pull nature, it's fine. Al,
Yes.
with your epic roll, okay, you step in here, okay, it's like, wait a minute. They told you about, remember scratching the floor and all that stuff?
Yep.
Not there. There's no marks on the floor. There's barely any, like, trespass looking, you know. If anything, there's a strange ring halfway down the center, and it's not etched. It's molded, chipped, burnt. There's like a nuke shadow on the walls. Only it's not like of a person that got blown up and left you that cool nuke shadow. Sorry to go grim on you. It's symbols. Like, you imagine there's the giant cross with the circle in the cross on the top of a church, right? Imagine
All right.
placing.
Well, I'll stop midway through.
Okay.
Cousin,
Hi.
just give me a moment, and I'll pull out some paper and start like jotting down what I'm seeing.
Okay. It's symbols. You have religion?
I have everything now because of my new feat. Ha ha! Let's see how good I do with it.
It's a big. Yeah.
16.
It's a butterfly.
A butterfly.
Yeah, that's Desna, god of travel.
Oh, does this not remind you of that temple we went to when we was in that place? You remember the first time we left the village? They had that great wine. You know, that really floral bouquet.
Yeah. That was a.
I'm noticing something that it really gives me it. Like I swear, that's their holy symbol.
Yeah,
What's going on here?
Is it the what with the fluttering?
I them weird little things that we freaking kill because they eat our parchment. Moths. No. What's it called?
Dude.
They don't suck your blood or give you malaria.
Lard flies.
Look, that's it. No,
Lard.
that's not right.
Lard flies. No, what?
I'll think. Just give me a minute. I'm going to take some notes.
What?
So extend my
Butterflies.
downtime by an hour.
I mean,
As I in the best detail I can take the recording of, take some
Okay.
notes.
It's a nuke shadow. You guys remember like Iron Man 3? They went to the courtyard and there was nothing left of these people that burned so hot. They were like nuke shadows on a wall.
Yeah.
It's a nuke
Where
shadow
was
on the wall,
scorching?
but it's more than just the vague shape of a butterfly. It's very distinct. Okay? Its head is above you. Its wings drape over the sides and around you and almost touch. But the distinctive shape of the quadra wings, back to back in pair,
Mm.
and the
I
body
love
and the
how you
head.
give the horns. You're like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
totally metal.
Yeah. And it's so distinct, it's almost not only like nuke shadowed the wall, it's almost smoothed it.
Right.
Anyway, no Dahak appears. No vision of Dahak. We're not getting any willies. The tube seems different, and there's this strange Desna religious shadow, if at all.
And a calmness. About it.
Is it possible before I have made this trek back, could I have gotten some negotiation time in to determine some trading?
With the Gripply or with these guys?
With the Yukijay specifically, because that's like honestly that's Albrecht's like main the word I am looking for is driving force, I guess.
Okay. In the middle of
you know what I mean? Like,
no, it's fine.
Yeah.
In the middle of this suspenseful moment, flashback, right? You want an audience with the queens.
no, just for permission to set up a small trading post outside of the gate.
Like in
Like,
the jungle.
if they don't want us to be doing it in the temple, we'll take it out of the temple. You know what I mean? Like some negotiation. So it's like, I want to set up a tent. We've made some deals with some of these little dudes on the dragonflies, and you know, it's like some trading rights. You know, like
Okay. First of all, like they protect these lands. If you're inviting outsiders, like to just ignore them right next door to their city, they could have issue with that. I'm pretty sure they'd want a pretty tight leash on this type of thing.
Sure.
Oh, but
well, we can negotiate that.
right. So
But just permission to establish a presence outside of the portal to defend it
Build a
from
house.
potential incursion.
oh, sure. If you like, no, remember, don't forget they defend this already.
Yeah.
You like. There's hunters right here. You guys go up. Hey guys, how's it going, Phil? Remember, there was the circle of elves,
Yep.
and you're like, crap. They're still here.
Yep.
Oh, sweet. So I'm going to say, hey, do you mind if I send a few folks back
Build a house.
just in case?
You mean like bring guys through to help defend the temple?
Yes.
Your people.
Yes.
Yeah,
And by people I mean people.
Not human.
like they're assuming dwarves.
Point to-
Probably,
point to little brick.
again, probably an audience with their queens.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
fair enough. You know what? Maybe we'll save this for a later time.
Okay, all right. When you're sober and you start talking about, and I want to put the chimera over here, and I want to put
Dragon over
Cerberus
here.
over there, and there'll be
I was just
blank-
going to send a
some-
troop of
That's an Albert-
goblins
yeah,
through.
you work your speech out. You work your speech out.
Yeah,
That's how he does all his best thinking. You
Yeah.
have to get him blinding drunk before he meets the person. Let
No,
him
you're
have
right.
it.
It's not the right time. It really isn't the right
No,
time.
I-
And
I could
Albert would know that.
We are halfway through the tunnel of doom, and he's like, should have got the rights to defend
No,
the
you know
other
what,
end.
Albert? You know where's the time at?
Oh, you
Totally.
know what? I should have made some arrangements, brought for you lads back with us. You know, just to make sure that them Yukijay don't pull any of their pointy-eared elven tricks on us. You know what I'm
We
saying?
don't you worry about that. We left Niles with them. They'll be fine. Don't worry
All
about
right,
it.
okay. So
You know, worst case scenario, he'll bring smite, thunder, and alcohol down upon them, and we'll
All
be
right.
fine.
So traversing the other end of this tunnel. Like again, we're on day 2, and as much as I'd love to get back to the other guys, it's kind of an end of the week thing. So for the big reveal, you guys traverse the end of the tunnel. You come out, and you are in the Elven portal ring.
Okay.
Okay.
That's Stella's ring.
Yep. But you're not alone.
I hope
Dun,
not.
dun, dun, dun.
No, there's goblins here.
There should be.
Perfect.
You
I
guys
would
had,
As
Said
to be
if there wasn't.
expected. They should be.
no, you guys had goblins at the actual.
Yeah, directly above us.
Yeah, well,
Have
unless-
you seen how they breed, Jeff?
did you guys put them
It
to the
was
task?
just a matter of time, lad. Let me tell you.
You guys did not put them to the task of clearing the stairs because you wanted to keep it sealed.
No.
The only way here is
Yep.
through the bandit camp, which is
Long
miles
way
away.
around.
Right, and you guys
Oh,
didn't
does that
tell
mean
it.
we get to kill some goblins?
don't know. They seem to know
Our
you.
secret is our secret.
They greet you.
I mean, it's best to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission.
Okay, so you come out, you lay waste to the first goblin, and the rest of them are like, Master, why would you do that to Ed? Oh, so, whatever he did, please,
No.
your terrible wizardry on us.
First, it would be Lobrecht coming out ass first through the portal at a high velocity.
Yeah.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's just like, what are you doing here? Lightning, thunder, fire, water.
Lobrecht, you're through the portal.
No witnesses.
Wow!
Okay. A bunch of goblins come over and pick you up off the floor, and they ask you, all right, brother?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. That was awesome.
Okay, they pick you up with ease. They're twice your size and 3 times as ripped.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Wait.
They're friendly. They call you brother. They help you to your feet. They dust you off. But when everyone's standing looking at you, and you're looking around, you're surrounded by like 6 dudes that are twice your size and 3 times as ribs.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, wow.
Not hobgoblins, goblins.
Yeah. You're just
Sorry,
seeing
not
inadequate.
sorry. A head taller. They're not twice your size. They're a head taller and like 3
Oh,
times
okay.
as ripped.
But they're still
They're just
3 times
ripped.
as ripped.
They're Muros affected goblins.
You were gotten that long.
We eat more. Ha!
We ate Miros, yeah. Sacrificed him. Anyway, you stand there stunned. Okay, so you guys come out. There's like half a dozen goblins, right? And they're like surrounded Lobrecht, and he's sitting there slack-jawed staring at them, and you see these buff little goblins. They stand a head taller than Lobrecht. Anyway, they see you guys, and all but 2 that are, you sure you're all right, man? You been eating okay? Very polite. 4 of them come over and greet you, right? And they come over, and their greeting is very strange, okay? They welcome you. They greet you. They do it very politely, but they do it really, really loud while striking beach flex poses. So they're like, Masters, we're glad that you returned from the jungle. And they're making these like star beach point poses and fucking
Ginyu
rippling.
Force. It's a goblin Ginyu Force. I love it.
We followed your instructions to a T. That kind of thing. Masters. That kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so not only do these guys like flex and call you 2 masters plural, right? When they're done, right, they like, as they're flexing and bouncing around, they kind of form that pyramid where there's one guy in the bottom, one guy on top, and 2 guys like hanging off of each other off the shoulders, like wings out, like they make a diamond. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the biggest one's on the bottom. There's one guy in his shoulder.
Voltron.
Yeah, like 2 guys hanging off, like with nothing underneath them, like, but they're doing that balancing thing that you do with like a pencil, right?
I'm the arm. I'm the leg. I'm the crotch.
Ginyu, 3rd formation.
Anyway.
Form of Gobtron.
Oh, no, hang on. And then the last 2 run over and join, and they look like a giant butterfly.
What?
They made
Okay.
the image of a butterfly, the wings, hanging out of 6 goblins. And they throw Lobrecht, who pops on top. You know how you like throw a 3-year-old over your shoulders and he pops up and grabs your head like, woo, yay, right?
Yeah.
They just throw
Goblin
Lobrecht on.
Force, head, form.
Yeah, they just throw Lobrecht on top, who like with his amazing dexterity just grabs on and looks like the head. And you're looking at that kind of image of 6 goblins, and a butterfly.
Are there trails of light shining on them from heaven?
No.
No god rays.
The 6 deities, elven deity statues, are still there. Like I said, the place looks just the way you left it. Though it looks like someone's like been cleaning it up, like dusting and painting and, trying to restore it. No mason work.
Picking up the rubble.
Yeah, tidying it up, right? There's that little hut where you guys found the deed and everything looks like cleaned up, whatever. But there's these dudes that greet you like monks, screaming like barbarians, right? Calling you both master and forming like tower pyramid religious symbols of something that you might have seen in a shadow.
By Meriden's beer? Did you drink the whole cask of ale while we're gone? We have nothing left to ferment if you guys have taken this much here. Look at yous. You gotten done yoked more than a goat. All of yous! All of yous! I know we brought 3 goats and there's 6 of yous. The math does not impress me. Albrecht! I'm sorry.
Now that he starts...
My cousin.
Now that he starts berating them, right? You guys are used to Muros just spouting off in Dwarven and people looking confused. Not only do they understand perfect Dwarven, they all act ashamed and assure one of their masters that we're in the fasting period, master. We have not, we have not depleted the sacred stock. We swear on Desna's grace. And they form up another
Desna's
pattern.
grace. By Torex's bearded balls, what did you teach these people while you were here, Muros? I had no idea you were one of them lily-livered flower worshippers. Oh, wait till I tell Theon about this. He'll be laughing till the next generation's born.
You stuff your beard in your mouth there before you call me there little willy dust worshipper by any stretch of the imagination.
Lowbrow.
I had nothing to have anything of sorts as Merle starts berating.
Okay, Lowbrack.
Lowbrack's just cackling in the corner. You just get lightning in the background.
These two start fighting. Okay, when you notice, because you're the only person arguing, as soon as Al goes on and starts insulting Desna, they freeze. They're horribly shocked. They look at each other in immense confusion, and they spout off. They wait for the masters to stop, and when they do, what comes next is solid gold. We don't understand! Is this some sort of test? High priest! And they're all looking at Al like he is the high priest of Desna, and we will see you all next time.
It's so nice when the cliffhanger isn't on me.
Yeah, for once.
Dude, you're part of the pyramid. You are part of the cliffhanger.
Unwilling.